Oh, hello. I keep wondering how many more. Oh, here we've got 2. Shadow work. Wow. Okay. This is something I can feel like I can get on board with. Okay, so it's been a little while. Excuse me. Since I have been introduced to this concept, and for me, simply, it's taking a look at yourself and your entire life and looking at the darker side of you and possibly things that you don't want to look at and things that you've chosen to ignore, but you know that it's doing you absolutely no good until you deal with these things. Now let me just look up. There was this interesting thing the other day that I saw. Here's the other thing too. You gotta just you gotta stop lying to yourself. Am I? Anyway. No. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. Yes. In analytical psychology, the shadow is either an unconscious aspect of the personality that the conscious ego does not identify in itself, or the entirety of the unconscious, that is, everything of which a person is not fully conscious. In short, the shadow is the unknown side. Yes. Okay. So when I think of that, it's like too. It's like what are the things that you have, ignored, or repressed, or have not chosen to deal with, or look at, or heal because it almost like hurts so much. Like I don't know. I feel like I've had a few really interesting. Almost like epiphanal awakening mind shifts to where none of that really mattered anymore to me, and that I was able to bring my focus into the now, and just realize that, look, like all of everything that has happened, like in the past, there's absolutely nothing I can really do about it anymore. There's like EMDR therapy to where it forces you to look at those things and that kind of thing. But I also honestly, I mean, like, I don't want to be talking like I know stuff, but if, like, to me, honestly, it's really just for yourself. Like, if you really want to heal, and if you really want to grow, and if you really want to become better, you have got to look at your habits. You have got to look, into what has made you you, and you've got to be strong enough and decide within yourself what is serving you and what is no longer serving you, and just fucking let it go. I mean, it seems like such a simple, ridiculous, overused thing to say, but honestly, it's like the honest to God truth, because it's like I can think of things, and I can bring up past things and think about it, and I bring it into this present moment and rehash it all again. but is it doing anything good? Like, to me, it's just like the serenity prayer. You know, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Like, I really feel like by really taking a look at all those things that you don't want to look at, and like either like truly forgiving yourself or truly forgiving other people, you know, and stopping that cycle first with you, and then with your relationships that you have, you know. And sometimes it involves having to cut certain people out of your life for a little while until you heal. Because sometimes, at least for me, I've had to cut certain people out of my life because it's like literally like the more that I talked about it, or the more that I heard them defend themselves or justify themselves and rationalize and reason and whatever, like the worse that it was hurting me. Because it's like they just didn't even see me, and they didn't even see my pain, and they didn't even really see, you know, that it was actually like still hurting me. But it is my choice, and it is my responsibility, and it's only up to me if I'm going to continue carrying that shit around, or if I am going to let it go. I have a song about carrying all my worries, my pain, my trouble in a gunny sack, you know, weighing me down, and just like forgiving it all away and like letting it go. And you know what I mean? If you want to change, you've got to turn that page. You cannot keep telling that same old story and not learning the valuable lesson that you need to learn in that experience. Everything deserves to get looked at, and everything deserves to have light shed on it. And to me, I believe that if you just keep things in the dark and don't shed light on it, that they are just going to continuously follow you around, and that they're going to continuously fucking ruin your shit until you fully deal with it and look at it. Or honestly, I'm just gonna call it the fuck that shit. Fuck that bullshit shit. Fuck that shit. I'm sick of hurting. I'm sick of being in pain. I'm sick of giving that power away to something that is not serving me and holding me down. Fuck that shit. Free yourself. Free yourself. Free yourself.